Hello everyone, welcome to my first ever VOD review. I've recently been climbing the ladder and been interested in learning how to teach League of Legends rather than just understand it. So this is going to be just a test VOD review to see how well I can review people's gameplay and give tips and possibly correct some mistakes. Today we'll be reviewing Wukong top lane, around bronze 4, so shouldn't be too hard. First start off by checking what Wukong started. He started Corruption Pot. Is going to be versus a Shen, taking Grasp, which I'm pretty sure this is the normal runes on Shen. Straight off, he notices that these guys are invading, but I'm not sure why he's chilling here. What is he expecting to do? Because honestly, I mean, you wouldn't know because he does not have a ward. What he should have done is drop the ward right here, and then just left straight off to lane. Because you're not really gonna get anything off. Your team isn't rotating to try to stop this. So what best he can do is just go to lane, get the vision, and just stay away from this area. Because you have nothing to do right here. I would have recommended, because it will take them a while to take blue buff and then get to you. I don't know, just chill in the bush here. Don't push, because if you do push, there's a high chance of Xin Zhao going level 2 straight top lane and kicking your ass. But let's see what happens here. Alright, so Xin Zhao just went straight for the Grom, clearing most of the blue side. Vi is pretty smart. Good for a bronze player at least. She went straight to the enemy blue. Now, we'll see if she'll take his Gromp as well. Take the scuttle and like look for bot or something. He's doing a full clear on this side. If you drop the ward over here, if you drop the ward right here, you would have been able to tell this guy is still here. So it's very crucial to, if you know that the jungler is going to be here, to drop a ward. In my opinion, when my jungler asks to drop a ward in for example, the Pixel Brush at like 120, I don't usually do that because that leaves me wardless, and by the time the jungler comes to gank for around like 3 minutes, I won't have a ward. So I usually don't do that. I just stand here until it's like 120 and then I leave. Unless it's of course a jungler like Shaco. But moving on. So far 3 CS, 2 minutes to 4 CS. Waves pushing in this way. Level 2, you gotta respect his level 2. You can't fight him. Wukong's generally really weak right now. Even if you did have the ward, I don't think you could have used it aggressively because you can't really win a 1v2. Generally playing this lane, considering he started Dorn's shield, only way would be to cheese him with Ignite really early, but you did start Corruption Potion, so you don't have that option. You're playing pretty safe, which is, in my opinion, I don't think will work very well for Wukong. He doesn't scale that well. So try changing Corruption Potion, go for a long sword, you have to. You take Ignite first of all, and you have to cheese them early. That's the only way you'll be able to do anything with Wukong right now in his current situation. He doesn't scale. I mean, he doesn't have a lot of damage early game, but this is like honestly your only option. Is you take a longsword, you go for the level 2 or 3 cheese with whatever damage you've got. If it is a Shen, like taking Dorn's shield, it's gonna be pretty hard, but honestly you don't have many choices by picking Wukong. Unless you get some jungle ganks, and then quite honestly, if you start snowballing, you'll be pretty fine after that. So right now, let's just check the vision. You do not have vision of him right now. But you're playing near your tower. Yeah. That wasn't too bad of a trade because you did have the electrocute, and as you can see, your damage is not terrible. You do have the damage. If you had longsword and ignite, you would have killed this guy 100% early, and then snowballed off that. Now let's take it back real quick. Now you just won a trade. You're waiting for your cooldowns to come back up, which they are about to in a second. Right here. Why does it keep going bot lane? It's actually retarded. Anyways. You know what? There you go. Alright. This is where you went in with your E, like a second before. Notice how you have 4 minions and he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 minions. The moment you go on him, with the recent change where point and click abilities draw aggro, you're going to lose this no matter what. And because he killed more minions than you, he did level up before you. This is a big no-no right here. That last Q helped a little bit. It's still a very, very bad trade. Here you have vision on him. This is very crucial. Every time you see the jungler on the map, the opposite side is usually free from the jungle pressure if you do catch him. So you being able to see him there means if you did play this lane a little differently and weren't so pushed in, that's another opportunity for a kill. You would have been level 3, minions maybe around here, and you had ignite or longsword. If you hadn't killed him early, would have been a free kill. So always, as the top laner, for example, if you see the enemy jungler on the bot side, just know that that's an opportunity for you to do something in your lane. Even if it is just push out the lane toward right here, for example. This is a very good warding spot for a pink. You push out the wave, and then you instantly go drop a ward, assuming you saw him somewhere else on the map so you don't get collapsed on by the mid laner or the top laner. If there's a honey fruit, if there's a scuttle crab, you just any kind of little advantage you can get over your enemy. And usually the only person stopping you from doing that is the enemy jungler, and when you know he's not there, you can do something. Other than that, I think this lane is pretty boring, considering you went very safe on Wukong, which isn't really a good option at the moment. He isn't farming very well. As Wukong, if you E auto attack Q real quickly and then W away, you will get your electrocute off and he won't be able to retaliate unless he's super fast at reacting. But if you were, for example, staying in a bush, E auto attack Q and then W away, there's no way he can react to that, and then you'll win the trade automatically. You can just keep doing that, whittling him down until he's low enough for you to kill him with ignite. So Wukong teleport is definitely a no-no, especially with 360 seconds cooldown. Yeah, you should be looking to snowball on Wukong. Just skip through some lane phase. Let's go back a little bit. So as you can see, both level 4. You do have less minions, but it is pushing towards you. You're closer to your tower. You engage. That's an electrocute proc. If you W'd right here and walk to the side, if he did try to taunt you, which would be very stupid considering the tower's right there, which I don't think he would, you win the trade. You see that's smart. You W, walk to the side, so if he does try to taunt you, he will miss it. It's very well played right there. He's trying, and he waited for your W, which is actually surprising that a bronze player would do that. But either way, this is pretty fucked. Look at all these minions. If he walks just a little bit over here, he's gonna take a tower shot, and he's fighting you in the minions. You use this thing right here where it has a shield and stops the damage. What I'm interested in seeing is if you had your Q right here or not. stupid. There you go. Alright. Okay. Okay, Q's a generally long cooldown, I see. So you didn't have your Q here. Alright, alright. So basically, you flashed into the... Or you went into the bush. He flashed to get you. But because you went to the bush, he lost vision. And then you just auto-attacked him. What I think would have been a better scenario is if you walk towards your tower. He can't do anything. He actually can't do anything. Because if he did flash a little bit sooner, and before you went into the bush, you would have died. And if he tries to flash in there on the tower, he's dead. Which he wouldn't do. So if you walked here, you'd have been safer. I think he would have chilled here a little bit. His W would have expired. Minions would have started auto-attacking him, and then you would have been able to E on him. Either way, that's fine. Now, the decision. Do I push this, or do I back? You have teleport. You don't need to push this out, because you can teleport back instantly. And considering you don't have any vision on the jungler, and the last time you saw him was right here, but it was a while ago, this just means that, yo, this is a big no-no. And you can honestly look at your HP. You'll just die if you take a couple of minion autos. So, you should be doing, man. I was backing and instantly teleporting. Alright, alright. Now, why did you walk to lane? Let's see. What you should have done is instantly teleported, because... Let me tell you why. So, you're recalling right here. If you notice, you have more minions than him. So, your minions will be pushing towards him slowly. So, you're going to be slowly and surely just losing XP and minions. So you have to come... If it was the other way around, where he had more minions, and you had enough minions to tank until you walked back, maybe walking back wouldn't have been an issue. And maybe you wanted to save your teleport for a flank bot lane, but their bot lane is Lux and Ezreal. There's no way you're gonna be able to get anything off on here. Ezreal can E away, Lux will just snare you. So missing XP and minions is just basically the kills that you just got are just thrown down the drain, because you missed just as much minions as you would have gotten by killing 16 minions. Is like 300 gold. So what you should have done is teleported instantly to keep that lead and snowball the lead even more. Now the lane is pushing towards him. The jungler is most likely on the top side, because he was last on bot side, and now it's pushing towards him. And by the time you get here, minions will probably be over here, and you have to push up to farm. And the junglers are on here, so not looking very good. Alright. Alright, what he should have done is just let it push. But he didn't do that. Because if he let it push, this lane would have went all the way up to here. But instead of letting just last hitting, now you see he's level 5 and you're level 4. This is what happens when you missed like a cannon wave and like 6 or 7 other minions. He has an XP advantage now, and you engaged on him when you're a level lower. Even if you did kill him a second ago, early game level advantages are bigger than smaller items because you don't have that much gold. Now, like this, you went straight damage. This is what you should have been. This is what you should have done. And I think if you went just longsword, triple pot, ignite, and cheesed your way in the early game with some unexpected damage kills, you would finish your Dustblade a lot sooner. Now this is smart. I notice he's waiting. He's saving his E till you use your W. But if he does try to use his E after you've walked all the way back behind your minions, he's gonna take a lot of damage. You got a gang from Vi here. No, this is very bad. You did not react to this gang properly. I don't know if you weren't watching your map, but Vi didn't ping, though. Which I think a big part of other laners' jobs are to ping, even if It is also partly the other person's job to watch the map. It is also your job to ping. So, if you didn't ping, you just walked up. If you did see her, what you would have done is, right about now, you would have E'd on him, and Q'd, did your damage. He would have E'd away, and then Y would have probably Q'd him. But you just stood back and nothing happened. Yeah, that would have been such a free kill. So, always in jungle ganks, when the jungler is going to gank you, start the gank. You need to start the gank. You can't wait for your jungler to start the gank because you need to make it believable. So you start fighting. You also have to keep in mind, if you did engage early, how are you going to escape this? Because you are engaging, and you're going to be taking some damage before your jungler gets there. So you always have to keep in mind, I need to have a way to escape after I engage. This is just me after editing. I do want to say, this only applies to when you are afraid of dying from the engage. So if you're fighting someone that's been doing a lot of damage and you've been playing really safe the entire laning phase because you know he'll kill you if you walk up to him, this is the only case where you should be ready to escape after you engage. Otherwise, if it's just a normal lane, you should generally save your abilities or your gap closers for after they try to flash or whatnot. So generally, you shouldn't be looking to run away unless you're in fear of dying after engaging. Just a little thing to keep in mind. In your case, your W. Other than that, that would have been a free kill. Possibly, Shen does not have a soul port. You would have been able to take a plating. Recalled. Came back. Wave would have been in the middle. And then possibly look for another kill level 6 because you would have had an XP advantage. But I think laning phase should have been over if you changed those little few things like your early game items and your summoner spells. So always keep in mind to engage team fights. Not team fights, excuse me. Engage jungle ganks before your jungler. Now you see, this is what happens. You're low on XP. He's an entire level ahead of you because of that. Because of the fact that you graded your teleport earlier. If you had Ignite here, you would have killed him with R instantly. No questions asked. I'm surprised at how much damage Wukong does still. I don't know why this guy's complaining that Wukong does no damage. This is disgusting, man. Alright. Once again, the jungler is in the bot side. What does this mean? It gives you an opportunity to do something on the top side. This guy doesn't have many items. So this is, as you know, this is how he's been reacting to all of your engages. You E, he instantly taunts you. See? That's actually very smart. I'm not sure if you did this because you saw the jungler bot lane or you just found the chance, but what you should be doing is doing that when the jungler is bot side, is because if the jungler was here and he tried to go for that, you're just done. You're dead and your lane's over after that. But that was smart. Jungler was bot side, probably doing Drake. Bot lane's missing. Let's actually check. Oh, they're not. Bot lane is pushing bot, and this guy is going for a gank that is not even possible. Yeah, he's just wasting time. That's a free Drake for him. Either way. What are you going for? Now, Tiamat, I think it's always smart to go Tiamat first item to rack up the farm and then go into Duskblade, which I think is what you're doing for. This guy, what he should have done is started Tabis, but he's building incorrectly, which is to be expected from bronze players. They don't really know how to build. Now, what you're noticing on the scoreboard is your bot lane's feeding. But considering you're going full squishy killer, this shouldn't be a problem. This guy's fed, but you don't have to deal with him as long as you kill these 3 team fights. The rest should be pretty easy. Okay, now Vi's top lane again. Let's see if you change the way you approach jungle ganks. There's no ward here. But he is playing safe because he's respecting your damage now, after you've killed him twice. This was a perfect opportunity for Vi to go in at it. She went in really late. Either way, you did engage the jungle gank. You had R. I'm not sure why you did not press R there. I think it'll still work out, but you should have pressed R right there because he could have just eat away and eat out of her R range. The moment you see your jungler walking up and they're in vision and they're about to use their CC or their grab closer, that's when you use your CC to hold them down. So right now, you should have used your ult right there so Vi can get a free Q and not have to use her ult. And then she could have saved her ult after he dashed or flashed or whatnot. So if you use your ult right there, instead of walking away, you would have allowed her to land a free Q and then possibly save her ult for in case he flashes or eats away. Either way, let's see if this worked out or not. Yeah, as you can see, he gets away. So always keep that in mind. Use your CC so your jungler can land his CC, setting up your gank. Setting up the gank. That is what it's called usually. You guys are full HP. You should have went for turret plating. Don't underestimate turret plating gold. 160 gold is like a fat load in early game, especially. I'm not sure what you guys are trying to do here. This is just brain dead. There's no way he's gonna stay. You should have just taken a turret plating. Either way. So you always have to keep in mind when your jungler is ganking. If you know there's a ward, ping that there's a ward there. If you don't know there's a ward, and your jungler and you notice this guy is playing a bit differently. Like right here, he's not fighting you. He's walking straight to your jungler. That means he knows he's here. And that's when you run away, dude. Because there's no way someone in the right mind would just 1v2. He's coming in here because he knows his jungler is coming as well. This guy's smart. He came over this side in case Vi tried to queue over. I have no idea what that was. Just stood around for a couple of seconds. Alright. Anyways. Unfortunate. It was warded. You didn't know it was warded. But generally look for small behavior changes. If they're acting different, acting a little bit more aggressive than they should be, or than they were, then you know something's up. When your wave is pushing slowly and there's a huge wave but you're not healthy enough to take it, you're not going to be running teleport anymore. In this case you were. You should have teleported back. But assuming you had ignite and you were at that really low HP and you didn't know where the jungler was, what I would have done is I wouldn't have backed right away. I would have stayed really far back, only going for the really close minions and just letting the other minions die near me so I can take the XP. Even if I can't take the gold, XP is a very big thing. So you just stand right here, recall, like kill a few of them that are really close, then recall while you're in the XP range. Wait until the entire wave dies near you, then recall, which is a better option in my opinion than losing both XP and gold. Another note after editing. What you should be doing is recalling so that by the time the recall finishes, the last minion dies near you. So just chill around, start recalling once your minions start killing the last of their minions. And then always look for if the jungler's bot side and your jungler's top side, if you do get a kill, go for the tower. If the tower's gone, go for the Rift Herald. Rift Herald ends games so fast. Rift Herald allows you to open up mid lane or other really tough towers for you to be able to control the area around it. So Rift Herald is super important. But generally after that, after you're fed, your job is to be lurking around places where team fights are going to happen. So your job is to be in the jungle or anywhere unseen, and you make sure there's no wards. You take a sweeper or you take a pink ward, and you're gonna have Duskblade. Make sure they don't know where you are. So once you see, like, for example, oh, bot lane's pushing, or like people are grouping in bot lane, you know it's fight's gonna happen. When people start grouping, there's going to be a fight. So you hide, wait until the fight breaks out, and then you go pick off the squishies one by one. So while they're all busy trying to kill this guy or this guy, you go like kill the Ezreal, the Lux, or the Syndra. Just picking off the squishies. And then you disengage, wait for your cooldown, see who's up, see what you can do. If you can't fight, you go back. You're gonna get to a point in the game where you're so ahead that after you kill those 3, if you come back, you can kill the other 2 after your cooldowns come back up. Basically, you keep killing these 3 to keep gaining a gold advantage till you can just basically 1v5 in a way. So I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. I'm gonna go to team fighting because laning phase is pretty much over. So these guys, I'm guessing they lost a team fight here, and you got pushed in massively. Let's see how you played this. Yep, walking into the jungle. These guys are overstaying. Actually, they just misplayed that. Yeah. Yeah, you didn't kill him. This guy killed him, but I think it's still worth if they do kill this guy. Yep, they killed him. Still worth. Alright. So you went back with... You have 298. 300 gold in the bank. I think you just bought some items. That's why you don't have any gold. You have your Duskblade. You have your Tiamat. You aren't very strong because you're only 3-3. If you don't come out of your lane, at least like 4-0 or something, you shouldn't have many deaths. Or 4-1, you've lost it. You've lost the game from the laning phase. So your job, if you do take ignite and go for the chase, is to get fed in lane. Alright, yep, this is what you should be doing. Chilling. Yeah, you shouldn't have engaged this. They did kill your Jhin. You gotta kill, this, yeah, I don't think you should have engaged this. Your job is not to engage. Your job as a full damage Wukong is to engage. Just wait for the enemy to engage on your team, or your team to engage on them. And while they're distracted, to kill the squishies. So you shouldn't have engaged here. Alright, that was a free kill. Oh, this guy got pulled, nice. Now, this was perfect for you. Now you basically you're back in the game. All the deaths and all the kills you were missing, and I'm assuming you're gonna kill this Syndra right here. Like, that was a 700 gold set down. You have 1600 gold in the bank right now. You did die, but you're basically back in the game. I'm assuming you're gonna buy your second lethality item, which is big right now. Right now you can one-shot 1 or 2 people in the back line. And what you should be looking to do is, you got this lead, snowball it now. So basically, the next team fight, when you go in, you gotta kill 1 or 2 people again to increase the lead. And try to do this without dying. If you know you're gonna die, don't go for it. Even if it's like, only go for the opportunity that you won't die doing. So for example, if there's a chance for you to go in and kill 2 people, but you might die, but there's a chance that you can go for 1 person but you won't die, go for the one where you killed the 1 person without dying. Because right now you're gonna have a shutdown, and you don't want to give them the shutdown. So you need to snowball your lead. Alright, nice. That's a free kill right there. How much gold do you have? You have your Yomus. Your ult is almost up. This is a perfect opportunity for you to increase, to snowball even harder. She got pulled in right here. Your Vi has ult. I'm guessing your Vi will. This is perfect right now. Let's see what goes wrong. I might be mistaken, but you didn't use your Q. You didn't need to. You didn't need to ult there. Let's see. Or you didn't auto attack because your electric Q didn't proc there. You didn't proc early enough. Yeah. You've used your Q, but you cancelled it. You did not need to ult there. So you see your Q's still up right now. You haven't auto attacked it yet, as you can see. If you just auto attack without ulting, you would have saved your ult, and then I guess you guys can't catch this guy. Yeah, he pulled him in. You probably could have ulted this and then killed this guy as well. So refine your Q, your mechanics, I guess. If you need to wait more and like waste a little more animation time, it's better than not doing it at all. So try to take it a bit slower. Always try to go for that Q. Make sure the Q lands, then try to ult. Just slow down your gameplay if you need to. You're going Kindle Gem, which Black Cleaver, I think. Now, I'm not sure if that's too good of a decision. I still think you should just go full on damage. Yeah, you see, you engage here. Your job is not to engage. Your job is to just clean up afterwards. Until you're strong enough to 1v10. Or 1v5, I guess. Yep, you died here. And your job is to wait for someone to engage, and then you just clean up afterwards, and you just go full damage. Getting out of bronze is literally just killing everyone. Just like this Ezreal is doing to you guys, just killing everyone. When everyone's dead, no one can stop you from pushing then. There's actually 0 macro needed. I'm not sure, but I can predict that all the next team fights are going to be you trying to engage and then getting killed instantly. Let's see how it goes. Alright, you're walking up here. Yep, you trying to engage. Dying instantly. This is just a free cleanup at this point if they do stay. Yeah. Now these mistakes happen a lot. When the enemy team is going for an objective, and they kill you and then they start taking the objective, they will most of the time greed. So this is a perfect opportunity to, if you were behind, to catch back up. But the worst part you can do is if you do get a small lead like this by them throwing, is to not snowball it by throwing that lead again. I'm not sure if that was worth the flash. 300 gold, but let's take it. It's 300 free gold. At this point, the only way you'd win this game is you continuously keep getting gold and then lead, and without dying. But the game is pretty doomed at this point. See if you got caught here, or you tried to engage and then you died. Yep. Your job is not to engage, even if they are low. What happens if you kill that one guy? The next guy is gonna kill you immediately. Your job is to kill them while they're distracted. Your job is to do what Vi is doing right now. You see? Your job is to do what Vi is doing right now. He's probably gonna EOA if he does heavy. Nope, he doesn't. See? Your job is to do what Vi is doing right now. Wait for her cooldowns. I don't think she can fight her. So just run away. Just don't die and give up the lead that you just built up. Just keep doing this over and over until you get strong enough to kill her. Like in another team fight in the future, if she comes after she kills the other two, you'll be strong enough to fight her. Anyways. You come in, you try to engage, and they just kill your ass. Alright, I think that about sums it up. Alright, so let's just review the main parts of this VOD review. The first thing is, go for a more aggressive early game. If you have to, change some runes, go for Ignite and Longsword early game, and take the cheese route. Get early game kills by surprising the enemy with unexpected damage, or capitalizing on mistakes, like for example, if they don't respect your damage, or if they are playing aggressive when you know you can kill them. Next, set up your jungle ganks by applying your CC first, so then your jungler can land their CC. Third, prioritize taking turret platings to keep your snowball lead growing. Or if the tower is taken, go for a Rift Herald. Fourth, make sure to watch the minimap to see where the enemy jungler is. If you see the enemy jungler on the bottom side of the map, that is a chance for you to make a play on the top side of the map. Last but not least, make sure to go full lethality, Duskblade, Yomos, into possibly the Trinity Force, Ravenous Hydra, or Edge of Night is very important, especially when you're going in for a cleanup and you would like to not get CC'd and then be able to get out. And make sure to change your playstyle into less of an engager and more of a cleanup style until you get strong enough to kill the team in 1 or 2 rotations of your abilities. That should be about it. Just keep in mind this was my first ever VOD review, so I may have said some things wrong or probably had an oopsie somewhere. Anyways, thanks for watching.